Hello, and welcome to tonight's special presentation. My name is Frank Furino, and as a member of the Rancho Mirage Community Cultural Commission, it's my pleasure to introduce our first ever live virtual program. The Cultural Commission consists of 5 volunteer members who are appointed by City Council, and our official goal is to support the development of the cultural environment of the city by enhancing access to cultural amenities for all residents. My fellow commissioners are Sally Tradman, Donna Maloof, Kayla Pressman, and Joyce Virtue. I'd also like to recognize our elected officials for the work they do to provide cultural opportunities to our community. Cultural Commission Liaison, Council Member Iris Smotrich. Cultural Commission Liaison, Council Member Charles Townsend. Mayor Dana Hobart. Mayor Pro Tem Ted Weil. Council Member Richard Kite. We also want to be sure to let you know about the other exciting Cultural Commission programming going on this season. Our new show and podcast, Curiosity Trap, features fascinating subjects, people, and institutions that spark a special interest in our audience. All episodes are featured on Rancho Mirage TV and are available online via YouTube or at curiositytrap.org. Although we won't be gathering together in person, our Rancho Mirage Artists Show continues for an 8th year with a special virtual 3D exhibition. This unique online gallery will run April 5 through May 28 and can be accessed for free at ranchomiragelibrary.org. We hope you'll check out these terrific programs. And now, to introduce tonight's special presentation, just a minute. Yes. Be in costume. Drag performance and culture has existed for decades in our country, and in recent years has made its mark in mainstream popular culture. That history includes a vibrant community of drag performers and fans right here in the Coachella Valley. In fact, prior to the COVID pandemic, it was possible to find a drag show of some kind going on every single night of the week here in the desert. To learn more about this facet of our local culture, we've invited one of the most loved and well-known drag queens in the area to guide us through the history and culture of this fabulous and fantastic world that exists right in our own backyard. It's my pleasure to introduce the one and only Bella DeBall and the Queens of the Coachella Valley.
Greetings and salutations. Happy 2021. What a year it has been. We were going to be together in person in this beautiful library a year ago, and wham, we all know what happened. Welcome to a fabulous virtual gathering created to share some fun times with you as physically distant as we can. Whether you are across the street, across the city, the state, or the country, let's all board the party train. Now get your ticket from the lady in green. You better hurry, we're about to leave. Fun for all and all for fun. On the party train, hurry up and don't be late. You hop, don't you stop, take this mother to the top. Going down the groove line. You came just in time. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Everybody join the dance. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful Rancho Mirage Library. Well, I am so thrilled, honored, and excited to be with all of you today. Life may be a drag to many people in not so good ways these days and time, but life is a drag in a very great way for hundreds and thousands of men and women who are drag queens and drag kings. Today, we're going to take a brief look at various parts of drag culture. We could spend hours and days here, but let's highlight a few areas and see and hear some fabulous fun parts of the drag world. I have a very special guest who will join us later on stage, drag queen Marina Mac. And we'll have a question and answer session at the end of today's events. So send in your questions for Marina and Bella. Drag is certainly very visible these days with social media, movies, television, even commercials, theater, and local shows and events. Drag is a form of entertainment for some, a lifestyle for some, a means of expression for some, nothing to be scared of. It's been a long, long road in high heels over the years, a road paved in jewels, hairspray, nail polish, and tons of lipstick, makeup, and mile-high hair, hats, and headdresses. Whether you enjoy and appreciate, and perhaps do drag, for its uniqueness, fabulousness, comedy, drama, in-your-face exaggerated everything, or simply for its entertainment and variety values, it's exploding in so many areas and walks of life. But let's take a closer look way back in that light and makeup mirror when those light bulbs would have been candles in the olden days. The term drag is believed its first recorded use referred to actors dressing in women's clothing. So when plays included female roles, male actors were dressed as women. Even back in ancient Greece, women were barred from participating in dramatic performances because they were deemed too dangerous. And in 1629, Japan instituted a ban on female actors. Male theatrical transvestism has mushroomed from common theater practice in days of old to award-winning forms of entertainment today. Drag, D-R-A-G, dressed resembling a girl, or dressed as a girl? But if that's the line of thought, why wasn't it draw, D-R-A-W, dressed resembling a woman, or D-R-A-L, dressed resembling a lady? Folklore, whatever. Some people call drag queens female impersonators, drag artists, male impersonators, drag kings. Some call them pantomime dames in Europe in the late 1800s and mid-1900s. Prohibition brought about underground clubs, gay clubs, where people were able to express their inner selves. Another historical reference for drag is when men actors wore wide hoop skirts with crinoline in the 18th century and dragged on the ground. Maybe, again, whatever. Let's see some fabulous photos and have some fun music.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak.
In the 1800s, Brigham Young's son, Brigham Morris Young, made a career performing as Madame Petrini. Supposedly, his falsetto was so convincing that many audiences did not know he was a man. It's hard to believe early LDS audiences responded so positively to such a concept, but it was quite popular at the time.
Of you at night, and longs to kiss your lips, and longs to hold you tight. I'm just a friend, that's all I've ever been, 'cause you don't know me. For I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, the chance that you might.
Through vaudeville, the first official drag queen came to exist. The leading famous personality, Julian Etige, one of the highest paid actors in the biz at that time. surpassing Charlie Chaplin.
beside the lucky guy.
The Depression and the death of vaudeville caused his star to fade, and he died in 1941.
Elton was cast in several moderately successful films, but it wasn't until 1920 when he starred alongside Rudolph Valentino in The Isle of Love that he shot to superstardom.
There are many famous films which featured actors in drag. Some of these include Some Like It Hot with Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. White Christmas. Remember Danny Kaye and Bing singing Sisters? The Three Stooges, weren't they fabulous? The Rocky Horror Picture Show with Tim Curry. La Cage aux Folles, and later, The Birdcage with Nathan Lane. Remember that closing number with conservative political figure Gene Hackman in drag? Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman. Victor, Victoria with Julie Andrews. Confusion, a female actress pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman, the idea. Hairspray with Divine, and later John Travolta. Pink Flamingos with Divine. Torch Song Trilogy with Harvey. Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams. The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Wigstock, the movie documentary. The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. Die, Mommy, Die with Charles Busch. Kinky Boots, and also on Broadway, Stage Mother, just shown recently at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. And just filmed, Accidental Date with the Palm Springs Women in Film and Television. I was thrilled to play myself and be a part of this wonderful cast. Hopefully it'll screen at festivals soon. And of course, drag on the small screen in your living room. Did you fantasize that was you on the TV set when you saw Tom Hanks in Bosom Buddy? Or Klinger and MASH? Harvey Korman as Mother Marcus in The Carol Burnett Show? Other memorable stars in drag of the past include Milton Berle, Flip Wilson as Geraldine, Fred Mertz in drag in I Love Lucy with Ethel and Lucy at the club trying to get Ricky's job back. Max Baer played Pearl Bodine's children, Jethro, and his king-sized twin sister, Jethreen, on the sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies. Even Fred and Barney from the Flintstones in drag. George Jetson programmed a futuristic machine that would dress him automatically, and guess what? In drag. Actors on Saturday Night Live are in drag so often. One of my favorites, Tim Conway in drag on The Carol Burnett Show.
Sergeant Mullins.
What?
Do you have to hold me so tight?
I'm not crazy about this job either.
Yeah.
But we have to act like we're a couple on a date, so we have to pretend, all right?
Right. As long as you keep it on that basis.
What makes you think it could be anything else?
Well, you did say I look better than your wife.
Everybody looks better than my wife. Just settle down, relax.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Oh,
What's the matter now?
oh, this girdle's killing me.
Captain didn't say you had to wear a girdle.
Well, I didn't want you to...
You didn't want me to what?
I didn't want you to be ashamed of me.
Drag can even be spotted in commercials on television. I love the Kaiser commercial with the drag queen reading to the kids.
There are those who will say that you're too fat, too hard, too soft, too old. Too much. Too limited. And to them we say, too bad. Because at Kaiser Permanente, we believe that everyone deserves the right to thrive.
The drag queen in the very beginning of the Vaseline commercial.
It has always taken courage to shine, strength to reach your dreams, and love to be who you are, who you'll become. That's why we've been with you for the past 150 years. Vaseline.
RuPaul had an old Super Bowl WebEx commercial.
Now for something really exciting, which I don't know about you, but I'm very excited about. I think
this meeting is a real drag. Y'all should be meeting online with WebEx. Girl, you could be at home sipping latte and lingerie and still make this meeting. Don't you people have better places to be?
Wait a minute! I've got pie charts!
WebEx.com. We've got to start meeting like this.
And the Starbucks commercial with drag.
5,000 fans. Any questions?
So that's a 7 p.m. interview,
Yeah.
an 8 p.m. cruise, and a 9 p.m. show in front of 5,000 fans.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's a stressful schedule, girl. I need a coffee. Party.
Excuse me? I'm in a really big hurry. Can I cut in front of you, please? Thank you so much. Hey, I'm in a hurry. Can I cut in front of you, please? Just really quick. Thank you so much. Excuse me?
Look, honey, I've seen that you've cut the line. I am in line waiting for my skinny latte like everyone else, and I feel you should do exactly the same. And did anybody ever tell you that excessive amount of makeup during the day makes you look really horrible? Skinny latte, extra foam. Listen, honey, your little cutesy flirty thing is not gonna work with me. And you know what? One more thing, lady. You need to...
Local companies and local commercials. Even mod maids. Spokesperson, yours truly. You know what would make cleaning way more fun? A maid!
Now there's a brand new ModMaids. They create a detailed profile of your home, complete with photos and your preferences. ModMaids services residential, vacation rentals, event cleanups, and does it in half the time of other cleaning companies.
Why settle for less when you can hire the best? ModMaids puts the cool into cleaning. Let's shindig! Hi, Bella Duvall here at the world-famous Ace Hotel in Palm Springs, California. It's Monday night, party time, it's bingo, it's trivia, they're making the drinks, yeah! Let's hear her, Palm Springs! I fell in love with Palm Springs many years ago. It's a small town with a big city punch and attraction.
New York City girl, never been out to the desert. I was silent in the car, just being surrounded by the mountains and the nothingness. I was completely in awe. And I speak a lot, and I didn't speak.
40 check and 35, that's a bingo! Casinos, the restaurants, the clubs, the diversity, anything goes here. Palm Springs, I love it, never a dull moment. What would theater be without drag? Edna Turnblade in Hairspray, Kinky Boots, Hedwig, Victor Victoria, Lacage, Priscilla. Plus there's Sylvia St. Croix in Ruthless, which was performed at the Desert Rose Playhouse, which was just down the street and now in a new location in Palm Springs. And they did Die Mommy Die, Rocky Horror Pageant, and Christmas with the Crawfords coming back soon. And not to forget the women playing male roles. Peter Pan with Mary Martin, Kathy Rigby, Sandy Duncan. Drag is indeed performance art, usually over the top, often campy, caricature, stereotype of femininity at times, living cartoons to some pass as real women, but what real women wear 6-inch heels and have a foot of hair? Some are comedy, some elegant, some have a certain style, some a certain impression, a certain persona, a character, or a certain message. So, to drag or not to drag? How many of you in the viewing audience have done drag? How many want to do drag? How many are afraid to do drag, but oh, come on now, I know you want to. Many test the waters around the house, vacuuming in a pair of high heels. Then venture out on Halloween or Pride celebrations. Pink is a favorite color of mine, and of so many in fact. So in planning your outfits, remember this.
Pink, 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 it's the latest white you know. Pink, 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 and your Michelangelo.
Feel so gay, feel so bright, makes your day, makes your night. Pink is now the color to which you gotta switch.
Do what you gotta switch.
Every stitch
you switch.
Pink, 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 pink on the long, long road ahead.
On the road, pink, pink.
Pink, pink, and the world is rosy red.
Everything's rosy.
Everything on the great horizon, everything that you can think. And that includes the kitchen sink. Pink, 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 pink.
Drag queens are known for exaggerated everything. Bigger than life hair. You know, big hair is happy hair. Lips, nails, long claws, high heels, boots, boobs, jewelry, colors, furs, boas, purses. Bigger is better. More is the way to go. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Make a statement. Take a listen to this song by honorary drag queen, the late Irene Soderbergh. Her song is called Drag Queen. I love it. It's so beautiful.
A lot of powder, a lot of paint, sometimes pretending something I ain't. I can't conceal it, I've got to reveal it. I'm just a drag queen. I work the streets most every night. Here in this fabulous place, I'll treat you right. I gotta fess up, I like to dress up. I'm just a drag queen. I know a few truck drivers, honey, I bet you do too, who put their leather on. But under all that butchness beat hearts of pink chiffon. So don't just sit there feeling so big. Last Halloween you borrowed my wig. I call you mister, but you're my sister. You're just a drag queen. Some of you sit there hiding in your Ralph Lauren of blue. But if I stood next to you...
Some of us were born to be drag queens. I was always fascinated with high heels. Wanting to play with my cousin's high heels when we visited in North Dakota. Wanted some for myself when my lucky neighbor Mary received some hand-me-downs from a lady across the street. And boy, they were fabulous.
Madonna, and I'll be Irene.
I remember playing with old green curtains in our basement, making a dress. Think Carol Burnett Gone with the Wind parody? Not quite, but I wish. How about you?
Mad drag queen.
If you want to check out some of the local drag scene, here's a collection of events. There are usually over 25 drag events every week. There's shows, bingo, trivia, karaoke, contests, even pageants. Many are on hiatus, some are doing virtual shows, but when it's safe, just dress and go out on the town, eat, party, see a show and celebrate. There are fabulous drag personalities in these events and in your midst. Some of the local superstars royalty include Bijou and Gypsy. There are also many famous drag personalities, of course. Some have performed right here in the area. Perhaps all have a following here. RuPaul, Dame Edna, Lady Bunny, Jackie Beat, Bianca Del Rio, Chad Michaels, Coco Peru, and another Minnesota girl, Miss Richfield. We can't forget about Darcelle, the oldest performing drag queen according to the Guinness Book of World Records. We could go on and on with hundreds and thousands of photos and names and events. But let's get some input from one of our local superstars. Tim McIntosh, Marina Mac, was born in Los Angeles and raised in Covina. Upon graduating high school at the age of 18, he joined the U.S. Marine Corps and served active duty for 4.5 years. He re-enlisted in the Air National Guard and served an additional 3.5 years. Thank you for your service, Tim. In 2009, Tim decided to hone a hidden love of makeup and went to makeup artistry school at Mount San Antonio College. Since then, Tim, again, we know him as Marina, has done makeup for fashion shows, theater, film, and has worked with several celebrity clientele. In 2010, shortly after moving to Palm Springs, Tim fell into the beautiful art of drag. This was supposed to be a one-time deal, but has currently made it his passion. He adopted the name Marina Mac, Marina a play on being from the Marines, and Mac a shortened version of his last name McIntosh. Drake has given Tim so many opportunities to help in various charitable organizations such as Desert AIDS Project, now DAP Health, AIDS Assistance Program, American Cancer Society, and Safe Schools. Tim was voted the 2019 Desert Sun's Best Drag Personality of the Coachella Valley, 2019 Outstanding Best Actor, 2017 Champions of Youth Award, and the 2019 Desert Theater League Award for Best Professional Makeup Artist for the theater production of Georgia McBride, and Best Supporting Actor for Christmas with the Crawfords at Desert Rose Playhouse. Let's give it up for the fabulous Marina Mac.
Underneath the city lights, there is a world few know about, where rules don't apply, no, and you can't keep a good girl down. She comes through the club looking for a good time, gonna make that shake that money on a dime. Don't need a sugar daddy, she can work it just fine. Up on the table, she'll be dancing all night. Baby, now just comes alive. Under the spotlight, all the girls wanna fall in line. We say, here come the ladies, about to give a little show. Here go the boys, he gonna show a little more. Hit it up, get it up, don't let you rest. Hit it up, get it up, this is not a test. Hit it up, get it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you blessed. Hit it up, won't let you rest. Hit it up, this is not a test. Hit it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you blessed. A little bit of naughty, it's a little bit nice. She's a whole lot of glam, sweat, sugar, sex, spice. Just shimmy, shimmy, strut, strut, give a little work. What up on the table, we'll be dancing all night. Everybody just comes alive. Under the spotlight, all the boys wanna fall behind. We say, here come the ladies, about to give a little show. Here go the boys, he gonna show a little more. Hit it up, get it up. Hit it up, get it up. This is not a test. Hit it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you blessed. Hit it up, won't let you rest. Hit it up, this is not a test. Hit it up, gotta give me your best. So get your ass up, show me how you blessed.
Okay, girls, let's show them how it's done. It ain't over till we say, and we've only just begun.
Let me hear you say, yeah.
Thanks, Marina. Before we bring back Marina for a question and answer session with both of us, just a reminder, if you have a question for either or both, message it into our moderator. I would also like to bring up some ways you can enjoy drag at home. Whether you are quarantining or isolating, or need some fun or color in your lives, consider some of the wonderful offerings of the Rancho Mirage Public Library. Be sure to check the website for hours and availability of the library, observatory, and special events and promotions. We wish we could all be together in person, celebrating, dancing, hugging, kissing, shaking hands, sharing special moments and discussions up close and personal. But since we can't, perhaps there's a way to enjoy drag every day, besides the TV, movies, books, and the other methods we have discussed. How about art? Drag is an art form and a form of art, whether it is in some form hanging on your walls, something on your desk or your coffee table, something you are wearing. Here are some fun examples. I was thrilled and honored to be the subject of Tony Baroni's work of art. The first image shows myself included in his 54-foot wide art display. Wow, impressive, 54 feet. From that, Boyd and Lisette Hagler commissioned Tony to do a separate piece featuring myself and Michael Holmes called Reigning Royalty. The Haglers have it in their beautiful home and also had a smaller version created for my home and for Michael's. Some other pieces of art created include those by artist Jason Roberts. I was included in a work by Randall Widner from Desert Art Center entitled Palm Springs, for mountains, museums, martinis, modernism, motels, movie stars, and more. Express yourself on yourself. I'm wearing an Odessa Christiani original gown and holding a James Sesenia The Image Factory handbag. Drag images can be applied to most items to create art, including t-shirts, mugs, pillows, and masks. Drag can influence and be interpreted by anyone and everyone, young and old. I was so honored to receive this beautiful drawing from a young child. I treasure this beautiful work of art. This is a fun drawing from a guest at my Ace Hotel Bingo and Trivia. How fun and touching to see a mini version of oneself. A Bella DeBall doll created by Fleet Easton. Matt Torres created dolls of all the entertainers from the lipstick show at Copa. And how about some bigger dolls? Larger than life many times over? Macy's parade style. Palm Springs Pride created various balloons throughout the years, and I was honored to be one of the first. It's always fun to be included on a nice list, a list of desert attraction and things to do. The area's top 25. Take a note. Look at all these fabulous things. See a drag show. Check out Bella DeBall. Some cool contemporary art. Good evening, everybody. Oh, what a gorgeous evening this is. We did a quick change, and Marina and I are back for a little Q&A. It has been such a fabulous experience with the wonderful people at the Rancho Mirage Cultural Center, the library, and the Observatory. We just had the best time, and now we'll just share a few things. We've got some questions coming in. We thank you all for joining us. And of course, Marina had that fabulous number there.
Oh, stop it, Bella. You had me at hello. Stop. Oh, anyways, I'm so happy to be here. This is so exciting. There's so much education that's happening right now. Got questions and answers that we're going to do. So
we have so much fun together, and we've been in so many shows and special events all over. And it is just such a thrill that drag in general is all over the valley, as well as over the county, the state, the country. So let's see what some of the fabulous people out there in viewer land are asking about. Let's see here. Well, of course, everybody wants to know about local shows. Right now, of course, there aren't that many live local shows because of the precautions and all the things happening with COVID. There are many that are virtual, but there are some brunches and some shows that are outside. And Marina, I know you're in a couple. Tell us a few of those.
Yeah, so some of the shows that are happening right now, all three of them are in Palm Springs. The first one is a brunch over at Oscars hosted by Anita Rose. Another one over at Chill Bar on Arenas Road, and that one's hosted by Mayhem Miller. And then there's a brand new brunch show at Rolly China Fusion, and that's hosted by the fabulous Rosemary Galore. All three of these shows are on Sundays. They all start about 12 o'clock. So you would just go ahead and reach out to those local venues. They all have websites, and you can purchase your tickets, and the tickets range anywhere from $10 all the way up to like $75, but it's worth it. So definitely check out those shows.
And when things get to be open more, it's just going to mushroom. A year ago, there were 25 drag events in a given week, no lie, from shows and bingo and trivia and karaoke and contests and pageants and brunches and weekend and during the day and all sorts of fabulous things. So you can always check the Facebook page under Bella DeBall or Marina Mac, because we're pretty much in tune to a lot of the things going on. And there are Facebook page groups that just are about drag and about entertainment in the Valley. So be sure to check that out, because we would love to have you join us and celebrate and party safely, of course, right now.
Absolutely, Bella. You can also just Google drag queen Palm Springs brunches, and there is going to be a list of entertainers that you can find on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Oh my God, we are everywhere, and we are always posting and hosting. There's still some online digital shows that you can check out as well too. All you got to do is just go to Facebook, Google, type in some keywords, and you will get that list definitely.
Well, and I just want to do a shout out to Hannah. She's a journalism student at the San Francisco State University doing a story about this event. She's a huge fan of drag as an art form. Thank you, Hannah. We're thrilled to have you. And there is a lot involving schools and students. We're both involved with Safe Schools, and we do a lot of shows and special events and seminars and pride celebrations. And we are just so thrilled to be a part of the community, and just we welcome you, and we so appreciate you welcome us. And it's one big happy family, right, Marina?
Absolutely. And I'm going to piggyback on that, definitely with Safe Schools. I think that's probably one of my favorite organizations to work for. And just seeing these youth and young kids just light up and bright when we teach them about the art of drag and makeup and hair and wigs. You know, we need to normalize doing stuff like that. So definitely that's one of my organizations that I really enjoy being a part of.
And I think one thing that we really tried to stress during this whole presentation was drag is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the movies, the TVs, the commercials, theater, books, you know, whatever, it's next door. People that, it's a way of life for many. So don't be afraid of it. You know, we're not doing anything that's not right.
Bella, I wake up and put on hair. Stop it.
Speaking of hair and wigs and fabulous attire, you look gorgeous. And Donna wants to know, she wants to peek in my closet. She wants to know how many wigs we have and how many dresses. And well, Donna, you are a dear. We love you for all you do for this city and all the organizations and coming to all of our shows with all of your gang. But I think the last count that I had on the wigs was about 75. Some, of course, you wear once a year. Some you wear a lot. Some have been around the block a few times. In dresses, hundreds and thousands, and hundreds of pairs of shoes and jewelry. I mean, I took one of our spare bedrooms at home and converted it into the Bella closet. Plus, we had the garage and made that into all storage. So it's a way of life, right, Marina?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be exactly the same as you. Again, it started off with just a little walk-in closet. Then it ended up taking the third bedroom, the office, the bedroom, and the garage. And you know, a lot of our costumes are interchangeable as well too, so you can mix and match and piece. And then, you know, not only dresses, but there's feather backpacks and headdresses and wings and nails, and there's a makeup room. So it definitely is something that grows over time, and it does kind of consume your life a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you do a lot of shopping. I mean, some people are so talented. Some can sew and create everything. I can't sew a button on myself.
I mean, I can sew in a straight line if the pattern's already done. You know, hey, that's what I pay somebody to do it.
Speaking of attire, George wants to know, Marina Mac, he loved your performance. So we
Thank you,
all did. You're
George.
fabulous. And he's looking for more in the future, but he has a hard time finding women's shoes in size 14.
That's a common issue, you know, especially from biological men.
Yeah.
Yes. Our feet just happen to be a little bit bigger. So your best thing to do, and quite honestly, you can go to like Amazon and do a lot of online shopping. Yeah, you're not able to really try them on, but a lot of these companies have free return policies with that as well too. And just do a lot of online searches. I know that, I mean, I'm a petite size 7, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah, girl.
But a lot of online shopping, I mean, and honestly, online is kind of like the way of the future anyways. So check that out. And there's resources. I think even, well, Payless is gone now, but they used to carry
Oh,
up to
they're
size.
back.
Oh, they're back.
And
Try Payless.
Something to keep in mind, if you wear a man's, for example, size 10, you would wear approximately a women's size 12. It's about 2 up. You know, it may vary slightly if you have a wider foot or narrow foot or whatever, but that's a rough guesstimate. But there are a lot of online shops, like Marina says, but there are a lot of big department stores that go up to 12s and 13s. So, you know, check the websites, check online, you know, go out. One thing to keep in mind, though, I have a lot of friends that want to try drag, and the first time they try it, they go, oh, I'm ready, I'm Bella, let's do it. And they get a 4 or 5 or 6 inch heel, and a lot of them fall over right away. So if you're gonna do drag, take it easy. You might start more sensible, you know, like with a 1.5 to 2.5 inch heel. And there are also some shoes that have a thicker, you know, solid heel that might help stabilize when you're standing up there. Because when you're on that tall heel with a big head of hair or a headdress or a hat or something, you're going to be way up there, so you don't want to end up on the floor.
Blasphemy, Bella. I say go 8 inches with a stiletto heel. Dive right in. It's a lion pit, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a fork to survive. I say go for the, no, I'm kidding. But like Bella says, yes, I started off with a chunky heel. There's a really chunky heel. Gives you more stability. And then when you start to feel a little bit more comfortable, really practice your balance. Yoga really helps with that as well. And then you can kind of move into a little bit more of a stiletto heel on that. So for sure.
Just take it easy and practice around the house. I like to practice vacuuming, you know.
Cooking eggs and bacon, yes.
Somebody was asking about the explosion of drag and what parts of the country or the world perhaps have more drag. Well, I've heard it say that the Palm Springs area has more drag per capita than any place else. So I don't know who said that for sure, but I believe it.
Yeah.
Because when you look at, again, pre-COVID, 25 plus shows a week, every night of the week, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events, and anything you can imagine. At restaurants, at bars, at charity events, at organizational fundraisers. It's not just some dark little club in the corner there. Drag is very mainstream, and I think we tried to show you that through the presentation today. So certainly parts of the country, you know, San Francisco has a lot, New York.
They do, and it definitely has exploded over the last 10 years. I can just say when I moved to Palm Springs 10 years ago, we probably had maybe 3 shows going on during that time, and now, I mean, well, pre-COVID, there was a show on every single corner. Now, I believe a lot of this has revolutionized with RuPaul's Drag Race and Dragula, and you know, and drag being a little bit more socially accepted as well. So I think more and more people are trying it. Younger youths, kids are more apt to trying it and dressing up and wearing makeup and stuff. So I think it's wonderful, and I think that drag has really been kind of like the forefront in a lot of pop culture that we see today in music videos, movies, books, fashion, all of that. So there's a lot of credit that needs to go to drag entertainment.
And drag is really, as I say, exploding and mushrooming all over. I mean, we're sitting right here in this beautiful Rancho Mirage library. The Observatory is right over there, world-class, just high, beautiful facility. And it's hard to believe that all this is tied together, and there's 2 drag queens on the stage here.
The two drag queens are sitting on the stage. Bella, come on.
And speaking of library, Jeannie
Yeah.
from the Palm Springs Library says hi. I've been thrilled to work with the Palm Springs Library as well, doing Drag Queen Story Hour. So hi, Jeannie, and all the fabulous gang there. And Jeannie has a great question for the makeup artist of the stars.
Okay.
When you do your own, how long does it take you really, Marina, to get that creative, because you're just known for over-the-top, exotic, bizarre, weird.
Great question, Jenny. Yes, absolutely. And I get this question a lot, and it's really kind of hard to kind of put a timestamp on it. In general drag, I call it basic drag. To others, it could be a little bit over the top. It could take about an hour and a half. Now, some of the other illusion looks that I do, whether there's pus and blood or illusions or an eyeball missing or whatever the case is, some of more of the effects, that can range anywhere from 3 to 5+ hours to do some of those looks. But on average, it takes about an hour and a half to do a full drag makeup look.
Well, you are fabulous. And if you look on her Facebook page, Marina Mac, you will see tons of the look. We had a lot in the video already today earlier, but she has just won awards for it. She's done celebrities. She's taught classes. She is over the top fabulous.
Oh, Bella, thank you.
But besides drag queens, there's also drag kings.
Yes.
And some of our audience was asking about drag kings. There aren't as many drag kings, women performing as men, as drag queens that we know of, but one very fabulous local one is Jessie Jones.
Yes.
Just great, Bruno Mars and some of the great.
Yeah, Jessie Jones is one of our fabulous drag kings in Palm Springs that we can speak of. And I think that drag kings is getting a little bit more notoriety now these days, especially since, if anybody's Dragula fans out there, Landon Sider was the season 3 winner, and he is absolutely incredible. But not only are there drag queens and drag kings, there's also bio queens and bio kings. And what those are somebody that identifies as a biological woman that impersonates a drag queen, or somebody that is a or identifies as a biological male that does a drag king entertainment as well too. So there's all facets of it. So there's really no rule or regulation to it. I say go for it, whatever you identify as.
I think that's true, that anything goes.
Anything goes.
Whatever you want to test the waters on.
Yeah.
Whatever you get a comfort level with. Do some research online, go to some of the shows when they reopen or some that are open now, talk to some of the performers. There are chat groups, there are friend groups on Facebook. So it's just a way to explore, check out books at the library. There are fabulous various things here to check out at the Rancho Mirage Public Library, no doubt.
And what's RuPaul, one of his famous lines is, everybody's born naked and everything else is drag. Everything that we put on us is drag. It's a costume. It's an illusion. It's not how we were born. So I live by that. I think that's wonderful.
Like that opening quote we had from Dolly Parton, if she wasn't a girl, she'd be a drag queen.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, hey. What else do we have in here?
Let's see. Well, back to your makeup, your expertise. With the warmer weather coming, the area gets hot, 100, 110 in the summer. Do you have any thoughts or suggestions so that you don't have everything running?
Yes. I always say, and this is even back when I was a trainer over at Sephora, it is a crime not to prime. Yes, always wear a primer, something that is water resistant. One of my favorite is by Hourglass. It's the Mineral Veil, and it literally repels water off makeup and skin. It just literally falls right off, and your makeup doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. Always setting sprays. A lot of that helps. There's certain setting sprays that have an antiperspirant that helps block the sweat from even coming through the skin as well. And again, a fan, get a snap fan, and try to be cool as much as possible. Yeah, it's hot. There's no doubt about it. You're going to be warm. There's a lot going on under this outfit. Let me tell you.
That's interesting that you say that, because people that haven't done drag or are curious about drag, a lot of them just think, oh, you threw that dress on, you're going out, it took you 10 minutes, right?
Well, I mean, I did, yes. I mean, I can't speak for everybody else.
But speaking of that, the lovely Donna wants to know, when you went from your very butch, manly Marine military lifestyle to the superstar changed drag queen, like what out-of-body experience or thoughts or challenges?
You know what? That's great. And you know, as we mentioned in the pre-show, Marina comes from a derivative of me being in the Marines, and I actually credit me being in the military to make my transition into a drag entertainer easier. I don't think there's been any challenges. There was a little concern when I did start to be a little bit more public with it, that some of my former Marine brother and sisters would disapprove of it. But quite honestly, they've all kind of loved it a little bit, you know, maybe a little shocked at first. They're like, this is not Corporal Mac that we're familiar with over at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. But you know what, you know, that's just one thing about the brotherhood of the Marine Corps, is that we take care of our own. And I'm gonna piggyback off that really quick, because there was another question about, and it's to both of us, you know, how does our family feel about us doing drag? Do you want to start off with that one?
Well, I've had my sister out here when I received my Walk of Star, and my niece and my brother, and they were at the drag show that night. And I have cousins who have been here, and lots of friends and relatives from southern Minnesota, don't you know? Hi, everybody. And, you know, I had my sister gave me one of her dresses. I have my mother's fur, so all sorts of treasures and special events and special happenings.
Yeah, and you know, and just like, and we saw it earlier as well, just like you, Bella, you know, we were dressing up at the wee little ages of 4 and 5 and 6, so it wasn't really quite a huge shock to the family. They were kind of just waiting for me to do it, or whatever the case is. But for the most part, my family has been very accepting of it. There is a few that are a little kind of taking a step back, and they're just not sure how to approach it or accept it. But, you know, I just kind of remind them that, you know, what I do here is no different than dressing up as a cat on Broadway, or, you know, putting on a makeup and prosthetics and costumes and performing. It's the exact same thing, except I'm just a little bit more fabulous, and our venues are just a little bit smaller. But, you know, it's fun. We entertain. It's all to just bring joy to people. And even, you know, just last year, my nephew, who identifies as a straight cis male, it started doing drag, and I think that's absolutely fabulous. Goes by Diane Marie, living in Ohio right now, doing videos and entertainment, and I just think that it's just great. That's the future of really just showing that it's accepted across the spectrum.
And I think that's important for people to realize that, you know, no matter what part of life or how you identify your lifestyle, there are people that do drag. I can remember when I lived in Los Angeles that there was a store that catered to men who wanted to dress as women, and they could actually go there and rent a locker. And it wasn't necessarily to do a drag show, but they wanted to dress as women. So there's a lot of different avenues, a lot of different directions, a lot of different research if you're really into it. So it's hard to, you know, summarize it in just a couple minutes here on stage. But if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to do a research. Send us a private message, an email, talk to some other people. There are places at the schools, the colleges, organization groups all over the place. And speaking of organizations, someone wanted to know about some of the charity events we have done.
Yes.
Because drag shows, pageants, contests, fundraisers are a way of life, you know, here and all over the country, all over the world. And we're thrilled to be a part of that. In fact, two of the very famous ones, Dottie and Maud, were just featured at the DAP Health Today. So it's just awesome what everybody pulls together and contributes to the organizations and raises funds and just makes an impact. It's one big family.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of DAP, they, for I think 6 years, they did Queen of the Desert, and a lot of that money, and each of the contestants that competed in that had to, one of the requirements was to raise, I think, $1,000 to compete in that competition as well, too. So you get to watch a show, and you're donating money to get entertainment, but also to help save a life.
Definitely.
You know, and again, back to Safe Schools, any money that's raised goes back into the organization to help provide, you know, education for these kids, medical services, you know, lodging. Recently did one But last September, we did it for the California School of the Deaf of Riverside, and we raised over $6,000 for that. And it goes straight to the organization. And nothing was taken out. And this helps with medical expenses, with lodging, with education, and that's virtual and in class and in person. So, a lot of these organizations reach out to drag entertainers because, they're kind of, sought after. They can be comedians, they're magicians, they're funny, they're entertaining, they're engaging,
They stand out?
They stand out. They kind of stand out in the crowd a little bit, yeah.
Bigger than life?
Just a little bit, yeah.
And I think that flows perfect into a comment from Jonathan asking about if drag is more mainstream, what's making things flow today. And I think we've been talking about that all night.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just to touch back, I think, with RuPaul's Drag Race being on its 13th or 14th season, it's really kind of put drag in the forefront, in the spotlight. And I think it's fabulous,
And I think because it's entertainment, it's variety, it's comedy, it's fashion, it's art, it's everything together. And it's just, a lot of people are curious about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to do it. A lot of people just enjoy perhaps the impersonation. I mean, some of the drag personalities look more like the real celebrity than the real celebrity.
And not to mention, we can't forget about the drag ball scene, that, originated in New York. Paris is Burning is one of the iconic film documentaries that was out there. And that really was important because that really set the stage for shows like Pose, for the recent competition called Legendary, which you can find on HBO Max. And even RuPaul and Dragula, they really set the tone because that's where drag families came in. And these are people that relied on drag mothers to save their lives, bring them into a household, compete in ball categories, and also provide them a safe space as well, too. So it's not just all hokey pokey fun and glamour. There's actually real meaning and depth to it as well.
And that just flows perfect. We're so appreciative of you sharing comments. And I just have to share this with you because it just touches me and makes me almost cry. You both are an inspiration to the community, and you do so much promote love and harmony. So, girl, salute to you.
Yes, thank
Fabulous.
you. Thank you to Bella. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Bella. Bella's really kind of opened a lot of doors for me. So thank you so much for that comments, because those are the comments that really mean a lot. It's not, just getting likes or follows on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. But I've always said, and from day one, if we can just bring joy and laughter and really take somebody out of the realm of reality for just a moment to really bring them peace and happiness, we've definitely achieved what we set out to do. It's all about entertainment, having fun, and literally saving lives.
And I think it's done a lot for the people who do drag too, because I know some people in real life, they were a mild-mannered accountant or an architect or something as such. And once they got that wig on, that makeup on, those high heels on, it turned the page in the book and exploded.
And I can relate to that. I mean, I'm not an overly over-the-top person outside of drag or whatever, but this is definitely an armor. It's definitely where we feel powerful. I can walk up to anybody and strike up a conversation with them. As Marina Mac, when I wouldn't necessarily do that, somebody, when I'm as Tim. So this is definitely a power armor. It's my He-Man sword, for sure.
Right. And I think, though, we try to do it in a positive way. We're not cutting down a character.
Right.
Some imitate a character because they love the music or the artist or the movie or whatever is connected with that. It's more of a salute. It's a tribute. And it's, working together, playing together, a little comedy, a little song, a little dance, a little da-da-da.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings me to a question from one of the viewers. And it says, especially in today's era of appropriation, concerns of being PC, how do drag entertainers approach the line between entertainment with appreciation for women and femininity versus doing it for the laugh or mockery? Are these conversations about balancing that line? So, you know, when we're performing, and I can say for myself, I'm always pushing that boundary and pushing that line or whatever the case is. And yeah, we do it for the laugh, and we do, you know, make a mockery of certain characters or whatever the case is. But I wouldn't say that we are fully making fun of women. I think if anything, it brings power to women, you know, because we are emulating them as well. And I think women are extremely powerful. I think that, hey, we got a woman vice president now. I mean, come on, right? So yeah, so there is a lot, you know, there is a little bit more sensitivity these days, and you really got to think about it. And I think where I kind of really think about it, like, is this racially insensitive? Is this culturally insensitive and stuff like that? So you kind of know if you feel like there's a hesitation before you walk on stage, there might be, you know, so.
But I think the thing too is that hopefully we've opened your eyes to a lot of things in the drag world, that it's a part of everyday life for a lot of people, and it's visible in so many areas and arenas and ways of life, so that it's not something to be afraid of. You know, if a certain drag persona or a certain drag show isn't your cup of tea, you know, we certainly respect that, just like some people maybe don't like jazz or don't like rap or don't like a polka or whatever.
Yeah.
So again, and you certainly have favorite entertainers. I have favorite entertainers. Some you go to their movies, some you don't care to see. So it's just enjoy it, appreciate it, have a good time. And we have had the best time here with all of you. I want to send out a very special thanks to the Rancho Mirage Cultural Commission, the Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory, all the fabulous management and staff here, Aaron and TJ and Stephen and Pablo and Ron and everybody. I tell you, Marina, they have the best setup here, the fabulous equipment, the most organized, detailed, energetic, talented people. Having them with you do your number, putting this all together, what a day, what an evening.
Yes.
What a way to kick off now that the world is hopefully opening up again.
Yes.
And hopefully there'll be more shows soon.
Yeah, we can definitely hope so. So definitely make sure that you're checking out those brunches. If you're in the Palm Springs area, make sure you're checking out those brunches on Sundays, socially distanced. It's definitely, we're performing in a safe distance from everybody. But
We're
again,
safe
yes, stop. Yeah, stop. Thank you so much, Bella, for having me here. Thank you to the staff and crew here that put so much hard work, energy, sweat, blood, and tears into making this happen. I'm so happy to be around people again. I mean, this is crazy. I haven't seen Bella in over a year.
That's it. It was supposed to be a year ago right now that we were
Today.
doing this live in this huge, almost 400 seat venue. And right now there's only a couple of us in the room here because we can't do it in person. But because we're going out all over the airwaves, who knows? We have people all over the city, county, state, country, world. So happy drag. Thank you all.
Yay,
Yay!
thank you.
Celebrate. Stay safe, everybody.
Bye.